Yeah, oh, that was too. Well, they told me February, but now it looks like they're under roof now. Yeah, no, I think that's fine, and it suits the neighborhood. I think there will.
Yeah. 7 o'clock, Rich Carlson time. Yeah. It's right after. It is 7 p.m. Time to call the Ferrisburg City Council meeting for Monday, October 20th, 2025 to order. Amber, could you call roll, please?
Councilmember Montgomery,
Here.
Councilmember Sias,
Here.
Councilmember Murdoch,
Here.
Councilmember Kate,
Here.
Councilmember DeWitt,
Here.
Councilmember Sturley,
Here.
Mayor Carlson.
Here. Thank you. If we could all rise by the invocation by Pastor Jamie Jones from the Gateway Church, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear God, we thank you for being here tonight with us, and I thank you that your word tells us that when we ask you for wisdom, that you give it to us, and I pray for wisdom for every person that is in this room. We thank you that your heart is for the people of this community, and we just ask in this next season in this community, as the days with the daylight is shorter, Lord, and the dark is longer, I pray that people would feel peace in this season and not sadness. Lord, I pray that every single person in this community of Ferrisburg would have a supernatural peace in this next season. We just thank you. We commit everything that happens tonight and ask for your wisdom and guidance. In Jesus' name, amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Moving on to agenda item number 5, public comments. This time on the agenda is for any citizen to direct brief comments or questions to the city council. Time for public comment will be given when the agenda item is discussed. If you have a comment or question, please position yourself in line near the wall where the podium is located to ensure visibility and to be recognized. And after being recognized by the mayor, please give your name and your address of residency for the record and proceed with your comment or question. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have any public comments tonight? Joe?
My name is Joe Lyons, 16857 Virginia Avenue here in Ferrisburg. Quick comments, I hope. Mrs. Murdoch, thank you very much for your request for the cost of legal assistance for the ethics complaints that have been filed, and I believe that's since last November or May of 1923. Craig, is that correct?
Joe, you speak your comments to city council?
Certainly.
Thank you.
The attorney fees in total are $9,065. Ethic complaints prior to May of 2025. Of those, Regina Soberg cost the city $30 or 0.33%. Rebecca Hopp cost the city $100 or 1.1%. Joe Lyons, myself, cost $250 or 2.8% of the cost. David Cook cost $480 or 5.3%. And Councilmember Jacob Sturley cost $8,205 or 90.5%. I just find this so hard to go through, but on August 18th, Mayor Richard Carlson threatened retribution against me, removal from the ZBA, which I've been a competent member, I think. He slandered my name, slandered my reputation, made it look like I was somebody I'm not. I'm sorry. No ethics complaints have been placed by me against Mayor Carlson since May of 2023, at which point he told me to shut up at a planning commission meeting when I brought about the conspiracy that was brought against me by Mrs. Soberg with Roger Jonas, who was the chairman at the time. There was no reason for that other than retribution, I guess. But I've been a resident of this community for 38 years, since 1987. I've been a council member. I've been on the ZBA board for a long time. I've been the library representative. I've been Santa Claus at the Carol Sing for 20 years. My wife and I made the popcorn at the 4th of July parade for over 20 years. So let's review a few things. In May of 2023, Mr. Carlson, he was the council rep to the PC, told me to shut up. And as I indicated, it was because of a conspiracy that I uncovered. In January of 25, I filed a complaint against Peter Soberg, who at the Christmas party, and I maybe had a little bit too much to drink, I don't know, but he loudly called me a pervert. And I think some of you recall that, because he said it loud enough for everybody to hear. And then again in August of this year, I filed that claim against the mayor for the threats and slander and so forth. And I guess what really makes me more concerned than anything is that 4 of you members of council voted that it should be dismissed. You all were here when it happened. You all know what's going on in this city. It's got to stop. Please, it has to stop. We need a little return to morality in Ferrisburg. We need to keep fighting one another.
Thank you. Do we have any more public comment tonight? No, seeing none, let's move on. Agenda item number 6, consideration approval of consent agenda. 6A, approve the October 6, 2025 City Council minutes as printed. 6B, approve the bills memo in the amount of $141,269.82. Entertain a motion, please.
So moved.
Support. Any discussion?
One quick question.
You bet.
Craig, last month we had, or last thing, we had a bill from Prina Newhoff for water sampling. And we have it again this month. Is that a duplicate, or does it need more than one testing?
It's a monthly testing.
Excuse me?
It's a monthly testing
So it may show up again?
every month, yep.
Okay. It's an every month routine thing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? Seeing none, Amber, could you call a roll, please?
Councilmember Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilmember Sias,
Yes.
Councilmember Murdoch,
Yes.
Councilmember Kate,
Yes.
Councilmember DeWitt,
Yes.
Councilmember Sturley,
Yes.
Mayor Carlson,
Yes.
motion passed.
Moving on to 7A, new business discussion and take action if appropriate to approve a proposal for municipal financial support with the Chamber of Commerce for a period October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. We get a motion and support on the floor, please.
You want to make a motion at this time?
Support.
Okay, motion and support. Mark, you want to come up? Craig, you want to fill us in as to what this is about?
I'm sorry.
You want to fill us in, or?
Yes, so since the city's always been part of a partner with the Chamber for Economic Development, and that's always been with the 5 communities. It's been on a 3-year contract and it's been renewed every year. There's been some changes at the Chamber. There's no more really a dedicated economic development contract or person at the Chamber. So they reworked the contract a little bit to have some financial support from each community. So the Chamber is asking for $5,000 as for a 3-year period for the services that they perform. Mark will explain what they do.
$5,000 a year.
Correct.
Yeah.
Craig, what did we pay didn't we pay a fee when the chamber hired someone?
When we had the last year for the economic contract, I think it was around $10,000.
That's correct.
A year.
Correct.
Correct.
And this is all being driven by the city of Grand Haven.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
So when we entered into our memorandum of understanding with Lakeshore Advantage, the economic development organization for Ottawa County, we knew that our agreements with all 5 municipalities would look different. We just didn't know what it would look like at that time. Since then, we've had some transition in the chamber team, which has caused our board of directors to really look at, do we belong in that space as the economic development region for one pocket of our county when we have an organization that serves the entire county? So in fact, we were creating a little bit of competition right within our own county. So our memorandum of understanding took place with Lakeshore Advantage. We're off to a fantastic start with them, working on a couple of projects. Unfortunately, nothing right in Ferrysburg right now, but they will come. But in some of the other areas. And so this $5,000 contribution really supports that work that we're doing above and beyond what our member services looks like to our 600 plus member organizations. So if we think about it in the sense of the work that we do with Housing Next and conversations around housing, our forum events that we're holding this year all around talent and workforce development, so housing, transportation, childcare, and education. Additionally, the things that we're doing on our business education partnerships and really working to connect businesses and educators and bringing educators out into the businesses so they can see firsthand and learn firsthand what the skills are that the employers are needing the students from, whether it's the high school level, community college level, or a 2-year certification program, what they need those students to have as they come out. So it's not economic development in the sense that we're used to from previous, but it is still economic development because it supports the growth and development of our businesses and our region right here in Northwest Ottawa County.
Anyone have any questions for Mark?
I have a question for Craig.
Go.
Craig, what projects in the city has the chamber helped us with as far as that we didn't do on our own, that they facilitated?
The chamber, I'm not sure if there's a specific item. It's more a regional cooperation with all the 5 communities. They support the growth in all 5 communities, which helps Ferrysburg in the end.
But were they involved in any specific projects like the CNC or CCC development?
No, I've talked to the owners of CC and they weren't interested in joining the chamber at this time. The chamber was involved when we got the brownfield development going a year and a half ago.
Did they help Pine Street get their liquor license at all?
Yes.
Okay. So
And
there was direct benefit to the city for the program?
It's,
My question is, I don't care about Grand Haven. Yeah, it's nice that we help them develop. That does help us in the long run, but specifically for Ferrysburg, you know, in the past, they've done their biggest thing when they came here and economic development was we retained Leppings. Yeah, Leppings ain't going nowhere. That was their big spiel to us for years. Well, I guess my position is, you're not gonna help us develop new business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, under the economic development thing, that was his big spiel. Well, we retained Leppings. Yeah. got news for them, it's their most profitable store, they ain't going nowhere. That was what the economic development guy told us for years. What are you going to do to, now, I understand you're not economic development per se, but, you know, under my concern here, you know,
Yep.
why am I giving you $5,000 for what?
Completely understand. So if we think about it as a regional approach, right? So everybody's paying the same fee for these services that go above and beyond what our member services are. So when we think about the chamber's role in this, we're working with businesses to make sure that they have all the access to resources and information that they need to be able to stay here in Northwest Ottawa County. The residents here in the city of Ferrysburg, they may work here in the city of Ferrysburg. They may work in Grand Haven Charter Township. And so we're working to provide opportunities for those businesses to be continue to be successful and have opportunities for growth. And if it's something that's out of our scope, then we bring in our partners with Lakeshore Advantage, MEDC, whoever that partner might be, so that we can make sure that we're providing all of the information and all of the resources in the appropriate time frame and manner for these businesses to continue to grow. And as they continue to grow, then more jobs become available, and that serves and supports the residents here in the city of Ferrysburg.
Your Honor? So you partner with Ottawa County Economic Development in certain cases
Absolutely. Lakeshore Advantage is the name of the economic development organization.
that Ottawa County runs?
Nope, it's a separate organization, but they are paid through county funds to do the economic development work for Ottawa County.
So we would have access to Ottawa County's economic development.
Absolutely. You or any business in your community has access to Lakeshore Advantage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To drill into Mike's question a little bit more, Craig, didn't we use the chamber's help when we did West Michigan Towable Solutions,
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yep. We were shown
as
we
well
had-
as Pine Street, Jerry?
Your Honor. The chamber was also very beneficial during our economic task force in guiding us and giving us information on how to move forward and working with local businesses and reaching out. So I do see a benefit.
Good thought. Anyone else have any other questions for Mark?
Well, I'll just, if I can, Mr. Mayor, make one more statement. So I'm a certified business consultant. I went through all the programming through the SBDC out of Grand Rapids. So if you think about startup businesses or an entrepreneur that's looking to start an organization, we still want them to come to the chamber and have us be the access for information, conversation. You mentioned liquor license, right? Those are things that we still would be engaged in. And when we think about the expanded economic development services, so let's say a large manufacturing company in the world of aerospace wanted to move their operation here into the city of Ferrysburg, that is something that we would pull in then our partners from Lakeshore Advantage to work on. They have the staff and the expertise for larger projects like that, and we're still very involved hyper-local on that small business support and economic development role. We still do business retention visits and engagement visits, and when we have those going on here in the city of Ferrysburg, certainly we would reach out to Craig to invite him along and anybody from council that would be interested and available as well.
I guess I'm still maybe just missing something. Can you help me understand the relationship between Lakeshore Advantage and the chamber and us? You're saying Lakeshore Advantage is doing development in the county. We're
Correct.
Part of
Yep,
county.
their focus is on primary employers. So we think of manufacturing organizations, companies that are making things that are being sent out of the state of Michigan or out of the country. And so their primary focus are those primary employers. If we think of an organization as Leppinks, that was used for an example, if they were looking for job fair opportunities or whatever that might be, I'm just throwing some simple examples out there, they would reach out to the chamber for those. If a business reached out to us for something that's not in our scope or our area of expertise, then we would bring in the partners to help with that. So,
Right, but what you're saying, right, and so correct me if I'm wrong here, if Leppings reaches out to you, you help them.
oh,
But
absolutely.
you're not helping them because Ferrysburg pays you $5,000. You're helping them because they're members of the chamber.
These services are for members and non-members.
So what are we getting for the $5,000?
So it's supporting that work that we're doing. Again, you have to look at it as a regional approach as well as that local approach. If we're helping a business in your neighbor over here, right, Spring Lake Township, if we're helping a business grow, which we are working on a couple of projects over there, that can create more job opportunities, those additional job opportunities support the citizens here in the city of Ferrisburgh who may work in those neighboring communities.
Craig, we're a member of the chamber, correct?
That's correct.
What's our annual dues now?
400 or, I can't,
It's probably between, I don't have the exact figure, but it's probably between $400 and $700 on an annual
Under
basis.
1,000
Yeah.
Mhm.
for
Yes.
the city to be a member.
yes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have anything before we call roll? William? Not seeing him. Amber?
Councilmember
you, Mark.
Sias,
Yay.
Councilmember Murdoch,
Yes.
Councilmember Kate,
Yes.
Councilmember DeWitt,
Yes.
Councilmember Sturley,
Yes.
Councilmember Montgomery,
Yes.
Mayor Carlson,
Yes,
motion passed.
thank you.
Connor,
Yes.
we never had a motion on support or denial,
Right at the beginning.
did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made a motion. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you all very much. We appreciate your support and the opportunity to continue working with all of you and your businesses. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Moving on to new business 7B, introduction of ordinance number 339, an amendment to the city code, amend the city code by amending chapter 154 zoning, article 3, general provisions, section 3.190, outdoor placement of motor homes, boats, and recreational type vehicles and use of recreational vehicles for temporary living purposes to include a provision for temporary living under certain circumstances and conditions. I get entertain a motion, please.
It's just an introduction, isn't it?
Oh, that's right, it's an introduction, I'm sorry.
That's correct.
Very good. Craig?
So this is an ordinance that was based on some feedback we got from a resident who had some storm damage and needed a place to live because they couldn't reside in the house while the repairs are being done. So the city council referred that to the planning commission. The planning commission drafted an ordinance, which is in your packet. The ordinance would allow for someone that was having storm damage or something, work done on their house that couldn't reside in it, to live in a recreational vehicle on the property, meeting certain requirements. The RV had to be on the same property, has to have his own dedicated electrical service, his own dedicated water and sanitary service, and placement requirements are regulated by this ordinance. So this would allow for someone to do that for a year with the option to renew it for 2 one-year periods. Planning Commission held a public hearing at the October meeting. There was no comments, and the Planning Commission unanimously recommends City Council adopt the ordinance.
Anyone have any questions for Craig regarding this before we move on?
Your Honor? So the initial request, they get a 1 year,
That's correct.
and then they can apply for 2 additional 1 years
That's correct.
for a total of 3 years?
Correct.
Seems a bit excessive, doesn't it? I mean, most people can build a house in a year and a half at most, so. Am I out of
Just-
line here? I think, 2 years would be, if you can't build a house in 2 years or repair the storm damage, I see a possibility for abuse here.
It's a difficult environment to get contractors in sometime.
I understand that, but
what-
if you
what-
can't get a house built in 2 years, there ain't no contractor is gonna turn down a house in a 2-year time frame.
Oh,
I think the additional 3rd year is,
It's up to ZBA's discretion, though, right? Or zoning
Zoning
administrators
administrators, yes.
discretions.
I mean, as long as we're getting permits and they're getting inspections done and moving progress, I'm not sure anybody wants to live in an RV for 3 years.
You'd be surprised.
I understand that, but I can see a situation where, I understand the insurance company can be a pistol and take 6 months to make a judgment on your claim. So that would put you a year, 6 months to a year, and then a year to build it. I just think the additional third year is chance for abuse. Now they have to come before the ZBA or the city each time to extend it,
An extension can be approved administratively.
so they'd have to come to you.
Correct.
All right, that was the only concern I had with it.
Craig, is there anything in our ordinances that dictate, like, for example, it says, this specifies when they have to be disconnected, right? Is there anything in our ordinance that says this is what the fines will be if you fail to follow these requirements?
Yeah, any violation of the zoning ordinance is spelled out in the zoning ordinance book itself. Where there's citations and the city can request abatement.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I too am concerned about the time limits on this change. I need to consider the residents and their thoughts on this, and I need to think if I were living next door to this, how would I feel? And in Ferrisburg, we have a lot of nice neighborhoods and homes, and some people may take offense to living next to an RV for 3 years. I feel that if I understand the situation, and I would go along with 1 year, and I would also go along with the administrator's grant up to 2 additional years, but I would like to add with written permission by the neighbors on each side of the property, just to give them a voice.
Craig, what drove this 3 years? Was that because of what other communities are doing?
Yes, that's true.
3-year window?
Yes, that's correct.
And this is being driven by a circumstance by one of our citizens, correct?
That's correct.
And what's their timeline? Just to give us an example as to how long things can take.
Last I talked to him, he came into City Hall to get his own roofing permit because he couldn't get a contractor to come in to do it. So
Somebody had a home that was damaged
yes,
in what year?
May of this year,
May of this year, okay.
May storms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Craig, this specific ordinance, the way it's written, is open for people to live in their RVs regardless of the circumstances. It says damage or resulting from damage or destruction of principal residential dwelling.
Correct.
Well, I mean, if I choose to tear my house down, like people do, to redo it, does that count as destruction? Like, do we need something in here that says
If someone-
not of their own act or emergency or so? I mean, I'm 100% supportive if something bad happens to their house, like, let's help them out. But we don't want, every resident that just wants to remodel to live in there.
Your Honor, I would feel a lot more comfortable if the city rewards this from resulting from damage or from catastrophic damage where it's unlivable. Because to Will's point, if you're redoing your kitchen, you may not want to live in the house and that's not catastrophic damage. Would that be possible, Craig?
Yep. That's kind of a change I want to review with the city planner, if they have to go back to the planning commission for another public hearing or not.
Okay, can you get it on the next agenda?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And it appears that city council would be amenable to 1 year with a 1-year extension.
Okay.
Am I correct, city council? Correct? Jerry, is that what you'd like to see happen?
So we want to change it from 2-year extension to a 1-year extension?
So
Yeah.
1 year plus 1 year.
Plus 1 year, yeah, I'd feel more comfortable with that than 3
Okay.
years,
You got that, Craig?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then the catastrophic damage, would we have to require them to have a loss of occupancy permit?
Well,
How-
I think
how-
catastrophic damage
would cover
covers it because, you know, a tree falling
Okay.
on your house and putting
Yeah.
a hole in your roof isn't catastrophic.
Okay,
So a fire or, you
We
know,
could put in there, it's not
collapses the
self-made
house.
too,
yeah,
not self-made damage.
yeah, with catastrophic on there that.
What about using the term unlivable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody in agreement with that?
anyone else have anything to add before we move on?
Move on.
Nope. Let's move on. Okay, 7C, work session, City Hall rentals.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Could we move that to, the next meeting? Move the work session to the next meeting on the City Hall rentals?
I know the Lions are playing.
I know.
And
I got a lot to say about Craig's,
Craig, is this gonna impact any of our current tenants if we move this to the next
No.
I'll make that motion.
support?
That's a motion to table?
Yes.
Correct. Go ahead, Amber.
Councilmember Kate,
Yes.
Councilmember DeWitt,
Yes.
Councilmember Sturley,
Yes.
Councilmember Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilmember Sias,
Yes.
Councilmember Murdoch,
Yes.
Mayor Carlson,
Yes.
motion passed.
Thank you. Moving on to 7D, consideration for adjournment to close session to conduct the evaluation of the city manager's performance for 24-25.
Make
So
a
moved.
Support.
Go ahead. Greg.
Councilmember DeWitt, Councilmember Sturley,
Yes.
Councilmember Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilmember Sias,
Yes.
Councilmember Murdoch,
Yes.
Councilmember Kate,
Yes.
Mayor Carlson,
Yes,
motion passed.
thank you.
I only get to hear you once tonight.